Hello, Hana the Suburban Witch here, and today I am unboxing the Penumbra Tarot. In today's video, I am going to open up this bad boy, have a flick through, and I'm going to be specifically commenting on things like the deck packaging itself, the quality, the cardstock, what I think of the images, the artwork obviously, and anything else that pops out whilst we're going. This deck is created by Ethony Dawn. She is pretty big in the tarot world. I remember listening to podcasts interviewing her way back when I was starting. The illustrator for this deck is Elizabeth, and I've literally only seen the outside of this deck and it looks really cool, so I'm really excited to open her up. Okay, my very first thought, how do I open it? I got it. Okay, cool. Okay. It has been so long since I had a tarot deck like this that has, the packaging like this. All right, so we open it up like this. Immediately, my very first thought is this is like a horizontal deck in the way the artistry is. But then when you open it up, you have to move to more like a book. That feels a bit weird, but I do really enjoy the magnet clasp. It's a really strong one. Not that strong apparently. Okay, got overconfident, guys. All right, everything's flipped out. So that is the box. I like these ones. It's a good size. That is not too big, but it is not too small. It feels very sturdy. 8 stars. Okie dokie. Little plastic thing. You see that? I love when it's blinding. Alright, so, okay, cool, cute. This is cute. Comes with a little card that says, interview your new tarot deck. You've got 5 cards here, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's really funny when people lay out the cards in specific fashions like that. I never do that. Because especially it looks, like when you're doing the Celtic cross and they're all in different spots. My brain does not work that way. I blame my neurodivergence. So we've got question number 1. What kind of reading will you excel at? What are your strengths as a tarot deck? Question number 3. What are you here to teach me? Why am I doing a funny voice? Question number 4. How can I connect best with you? And question number 5. What card sums you up best? I like that. How about we do that today? That's really cool. Cute. There's also a free guide with 33 pages of astrological new and full moon tarot spreads that you can use. Cute. All right, another little card. This is pretty. In the universe, there are things that are known and things that are unknown, and in between them, there are doors. William Blake. That's a really pretty little bonus card. I think, I unboxed the Thoth Tarot recently. No, I didn't. I unboxed that in 2021, totally forgot about it, and recently found it and re-edited it. So I just edited that video, which also had 2 bonus cards in there. I think sometimes 80 is just easier, so there's just 2 little bonuses in there. So that's probably what that is. All right, before we look at those cards. Oh, that's chunky. That's a little chunky monkey. Very chunky, colourful guidebook. So that is good. Looks like there's legitimate amount of information on each card as well, which is really great. We'll come back to that. Okay, first things first. The back of these cards are stunning. I am loving this black with the copper tones. It's really cool. It's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Size-wise, it's not small. It's not oversized, but it is... I can't hold the whole thing easily in one hand. Like that's the extent of it. So it is thick and big, which is never my favorite. We know that. The cardstock feels pretty good though. Not too thick. It feels nice and slippy. Shall we do a flip through? Initially, this back doesn't feel cohesive with the illustrations. From what I can tell, these illustrations are fun, they're bright, they're whimsical, they are just not what you'd expect with this back. I love the backs, but it doesn't feel like it flows fully to the opposite side. Maybe a little copper border might have tied it together, but just initial concept. Okay, so we have the full. All right, cute. The Magician. Oh, I like this figure 8 here. Interesting that we don't see any of the... Yes, we do. I stand corrected. We have all 4 symbols of the elements on his rings. Wonderful. High Priestess. The Empress. That is very interesting. I'm sure you're also getting vagina vibes from this card. Little clitoris, little labia majora, labia minora, the vagina, vulva. It's looking great. Pubic hair up there. Very interesting. The Emperor. Hierophant. The Lovers. Chariot. Intriguing, since there is no chariot there. I'm really curious. Let me just have a little read here, just real quick. Penumbra, a space of partial illumination between the perfect shadow on all sides and the full light. Perfect shadow on all sides and the full light. Okay, I don't really get that. Surrounding or adjoining region in which something exists in a less degree. A fringe and something that covers, surrounds, obscures, or shrouds. One thing I am absolutely loving is the guidebook gives us something they call the perigee. Perigee. Have they talked about what that actually means? Additional notes and tidbits about the card's artwork. So in each one, it says, at the time of creating this card, I was blah, 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 blah. Let's see, for the Chariot that we just, or even the Lovers, okay? When channeling messages for the cards, the creation of this one felt the most nameless, limitless. I knew peripherally of the serpent and the dove from what I read of the fairy tradition of witchcraft, but the research I did for the illustration was limited. When I went back to read more about the divine twins to articulate what happened when I painted this, I was stunned at how resonant the images were. Sometimes some images are not your own. So I am curious. I think these must all be channeled illustrations, which is really cool. There's a song associated with each card, which is really interesting. So I think there's a little bit more to this deck than meets the eye. Let's continue through. I do like the Hermit. Hermit's usually my favorite. Wheel of Fortune is very pretty. I really like this card. The background colors, the way it's done. I love that he's coming up through the water. We've got all the traditional symbolism here. We have, interesting that we've got Thoth and then a dragonfly, toad, and like they're all, yeah, interesting. And we still have the TARO in the center. I like it. Justice card. The Hanged One. Death. Little mushrooms in there, cute. Temperance. So I think Devil. Tower. So I like that there is artist notes on each of them. I like that some of the symbolism is is similar to the Rider-Waite-Smith that we know and love, but then some is not, right? Like the moon card. There are no dogs, there is no crayfish, like, cool. So it's interesting. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that fun? The moon and the sun go together. So I think there is going to be more to this than meets the eye. It's going to be very interesting to work with. Oh, I like the world card. She's pretty. That's fun. Cool, cool. All right, let's continue through. I'll try and stop talking. That's a brutal one. That's giving Four of Swords from the Shadowscapes. That's what it reminds me of. 5, 6. As someone who has a history of self-harm, I don't like this image. You would think, oh, what about representation? No, I don't want representation because it can be triggering. So I might even take that card out of this deck, just personally. So it might be something to be wary of. It's funny, it really does have this, like, I guess I initially judged and thought this would be quite airy-fairy, but then we've got, you know, cards like the Ten of Swords here, next to this Element of Swords, which is Ace. It's interesting. It is quite dark and light. A mix of both. Okay, so wands are called torches. Hang on a minute, hang on a minute. Alright. I was distracted. I've said Element of Swords was Ace, but it's not Ace, is it? Because we already had the Ace, didn't we? So we already had the Ace. So this is Page. Knight is called Agent. Queen is Crown. Throne is King. Okay. I don't mind that because it makes it a little bit more inclusive with the language. Ace of Torches. I won't say it's my favorite form of artwork. Like, I can see that it's been channeled. It seems really interesting. I'm excited to work with it. Okay, cool. So I like how they've got Crown of Torches is a guy here, Throne of Torches is a woman, so we got some gender diversity in there, which we know and love. That felt thicker than it is, but it's not. I like the bodies that are drawn. They look like my body. I'm getting Little Red Riding Hood vibes from that one. Very Capricorn, isn't it? Mythical sea goat vibes, which is unusual for a 9 of Cups. That's a cool one. So some of them, this one looks really cool. Like the Wheel of Fortune really caught my eye. This Agent of Cups has really caught my eye. Maybe it's the orange next to the blue that, like, these ones, they're really cool. That's an interesting one. The Seven of Pentacles. It makes me think of a contortionist leaning through and looking underneath their butt. So we've got some human figures, many not human figures. It's a real blending of things. And a kangaroo. Unusual to see in a tarot deck. I like it. And Throne of Pentacles. There we go. That is the full flip through. I can't talk today. Let's give her a shuffle test, shall we? Shuffle's very nice. It's actually quite easy. Even though it's big, that's very easy to shuffle with. So that's a plus. let's do a little spread. Do you find thicker ones like that a little bit harder? Like, it spreads pretty well. It's pretty good. It's not sticky. It's not sticky at all. Even though it's got the edging, that copper edging, it's not sticking together, which is great. So let's do a little, I'm just going to pull one card. So instead of doing this full spread and being here forever, let's just go, what card sums you up best? I think that's a great question to ask. A tarot deck. 10 of Cups. Okay, cool. 10 of Cups. Great card. We've got a big happy family in that one. All surrounding a fire, which is an intriguing one to have on a Cups card, but they've all got their own cups. They're all together. Beautiful rainbow, union, harmony, happiness. So cool. Just a genuinely happy deck. That's wonderful. So this deck goes for $35 Australian dollars, which is, I would say, relatively cheap. Like, I bought the Thoth Tarot for like $45, and it is not like, it's just a standard playing card deck, whereas this one has these beautiful edges, these beautiful, foiled backs. It has a decent box that it comes in, so I'd say that is very, very well priced for a deck of this quality. I think the illustrations are really interesting. I'm excited to lean into them more and see how they read. So keep an eye out for the review when that comes out. But overall, deck quality feels really, really good. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. I like what Ethony does, so I wasn't surprised that her deck would be good quality. But I am surprised at how cheap it is, so check it out. I hope you've enjoyed our video today and enjoyed having a look at this lovely deck. Let me know if you have any questions. If you ever want to see a specific card or see what the guidebook says about a specific card, just hit me up. I can either type it out into the comment, or I can do a little video short of that card and of that meaning in the guidebook as well. I'm totally happy to do that. If you are an indie deck creator and you want to get in touch with me to unbox one of your videos, please hit me up at suburbanwitchery@gmail.com. And whilst you're here, have you subscribed yet? I would love to have you as a subscriber on my channel, and that way you won't miss any of my videos. So I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world today, and I will catch you next time.